look into the React pagination example. So basically, the goal is to have this kind of pagination wherein we'll be having few items. Let's say we are having 5 items in the page, and the total items are 20. So 20 divided by 5 is 4, so there will be 4 pages. So once we click next, the next items will be loading. So right now, what we want is we want few variables. So let's start with a few of the variables, something like, let's say const. We'll do items per page, the total items, and the total pages, and then the current page and the set current page. So let's start with the items per page. Items per page equal to, let's say it is 5. Okay, let's say it's 5, and then the const, the total items. So the total items, what we are assuming is we will be taking as 20, and then now we'll say how many pages do we want. We want total pages should be equal to, now this should be a round number, right? We can't be 2.5 pages or 3.5 pages, so we'll be having a round number. So that's the reason we are using math.ceil, and now we are using the total items divided by how many items per page. Okay, so that will be the total number of pages. And now we have a variable, something like current page. So what is the current page? So current page we will see as, we'll set it as set current page, and then we are using the set use state hook. The use state hook we'll be using, and we'll be initializing that to 1 as of now. Now we will generate some example items for the pagination, meaning let's do items equal to, we will use the method of array.from. So what this happens is, what this does is it's going to give as you know, it will be taking 3 parameters. So 1 of all the items, and 2 if there are any map, or if there any function, if there any manipulation which has to be done, and 3 is if there's any special tools which we want to use for that. We'll be using only 2 of them as of now. The first one, let's do length, meaning how many total pages or total items we want. So as of now it's like 20, so we'll be using the 20 of the one. And then comes the first parameter. The first parameter as of now it's not required, so let's just use underscore. And now comes the cream part. We'll be using the index, meaning everything whatever is coming inside that will be putting that as an item dollar. So as if you recollect from the screenshot, we are doing item 1, item 2, item 3. So over here, that's the reason we are doing item, and 1 2 3 we'll be doing that with the help of the index plus 1. So this is going to dynamically append 1 2 3 4 5 like that. Okay, so that's for the items. So this is done. Now we want the start index, meaning the start index equal to, so let's say if this is the page, the first page, the start index would be item 1, right? And the next page, the item index would be item 6, and the next would be 6 plus 5 is 10, 11, and then it will be 12. So like that. So it will be like 1 2 3 4 5, and this is the start index, and this is the end index, items 5. So how we are going to do it is, we'll be doing it as the current page. So wherever is the current page, minus 1 into the items per page. So for example, let's assume we are in third page. So 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 into items per page is 5. So 2 into 5 is 10. So the start index will be of 10 for the third page. So that's the reason it will be starting from 10. So this is the 5. The next page will be 6 7 8 9, and the next will be 10. So the starting would be from the third page, it will be of 10. Okay, this is the formula for that. And then the const end index, this is pretty straightforward. This is just the start index plus items per page, because the reason is start index. So let's say is 1 as of now. 1 plus 5 is 6, so that's the reason we got the end index as 6, meaning as it starts from 0, so 0 1 2 3 4 5, so the start index as of now is 0, and then 0 plus 5 is 5. So that's the reason we are getting item as 5. Okay, so this is done. Now these variables are done. Now let's see how many items should show, or what are the items to be shown. we'll use another variable, something called as items to show equal to. Now we'll be using the items which we had before, dot slice of the start index, meaning the start index and the end index. So what's happening is the start index. So how many items should I be showing that? So the start index as of now is 1 and then it's 5. So that's the reason it is showing as 5 items. Before it was start index and then end index, and now how many items are we showing? The reason how we are doing it is with the help of slice. Now we are showing 1 to 5 items. So this is pretty self-explanatory, right? Now let's try to display that. Now let's say h1, let's say pagination example, and then we'll give the UL list as of now, and then we'll say items to show dot map of, and then we are going to show as item comma index. So this has to be unique, right? So now it will be showing it as li key equal to, we can just give the index, but as of now we want a unique value, so we are giving start index dot index. Okay, start index dot index, so then it will be unique. Now it will be of this, and now we can say the item, whatever is the item, we have to display that. So this is one part is done. So index, I guess I missed one part. Okay, this, okay, that's fine. Okay, this looks to be fine, and we have closed this one, we have closed this, this one is closed. Okay, return is also closed. Okay, this should be good enough. So now UL is done. Now let's actually see if we are going to get that in the queue. Okay, let's do something. No, this is fine. Pagination example UI. Okay, now let's display the button. The button, how we are going to do it is button, and then we are going to say previous. We'll do the same for the next. Same for next page. Okay, now let's see this one. We got current page is not defined and items. So current page is item. Okay, so these were the thing. Okay, item, it should be item, just item. Okay, so this is one, and what was the other one? The other one was current page. So the current page we have defined over here. Oh, this is capital P. Okay, so this was good, and that is fine. Okay, now let's see this one. Okay, good. So we got this, and we got previous in, but nothing is happening as of now. So as of now it's just item 1 2 3 4 5, and as of now we just give 20. Okay, but the buttons are not working. So now let's do the buttons. So now what we are going to do is on click equal to, we're going to give a function saying that we can just give some function name as handle something like page. Over here what we are going to do is, as it is like previous, we want the current page -1, right? Because we want the previous one, so we will be saying current page -1, right? And the same logic applies to next, but it will be +1, right? So it will be current page +1. Okay, good job. So now, but the function is not defined, handle page. So now let's go ahead and define the function. So now we'll say that const handle page equal to, so now what we are going to say is, we are going to, however we gave the parameter of current page -1, right? So let's use that parameter, and let's say something like new page equal to, now we are going to use the useState hook, and we're going to say set current page of the new page. So if it is the previous page, it is going to the current page -1. If it is the next page, it is going to give current page +1. Okay, so now let's go ahead and see if this works. Okay, so previous, nothing is there as previous is there. Now let's see next, next also nothing is there, previous. Okay, 10, 5, but okay, but we have to disable this because after 5, I mean before 5, there's nothing there, so it should be disabled. And similarly after 15, it should be nothing, it should be disabled. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do that with disabled keyword. So let's say disabled equal to, when should it be disabled is for the previous page it should be disabled when the current page is equal to 1, right? Because the current page as of now, the current page is 1. If the current page is 1, then it should be disabled. And similarly this should be disabled when the current page is last. Current page is the total pages, meaning it will be the last page, right? It will be the total page, total pages. Okay, so let's go ahead and see this now. Let's refresh it. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, this is disabled now. Similarly 5, 10, 15. Okay, good job. Okay, this is done. So let's again revise this. So basically now we'll go step by step. Now it's very straightforward. One is we have just defined items per page 5. So as of now, if you see, items per page is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the total how many do we want? Total we want is, so it's pretty dynamic. So let's say if it is 30, so it will be telling us 30. So it will be like 30 divided by 5 is 6. So now if you observe, so we will be getting 6 pages. Okay, so this is dynamic. So this is the place where we are going to initialize how many items are there and how many pages are there. And the total pages would be, we want a round figure. That's the reason we wanted math.c. The total items divided by 5. So 30 divided by 5 is 6 pages. Current page is the only variable which we are declaring. So we'll be using that, the current page. So current page is, which is the current page which you are handling on. Right now this is the 5th page. So that's where we want it, the 5th page. And now items, how many items do we want? Items is total items. So items we are getting from array.from. So array.from is basically a very good method, something like a map, but this one basically replaces the it gives the new array, saying that it is having 3 parameters. One is we are having the total items, which is like 30 or 20, whatever you give. And the second one is how many our items are there. We are going to manipulate it, meaning that we are going to say item 1 or something like that. So that's the reason we are getting item 21, and this is going to append from this way, index +1. Next, start index. So from all the pages, which is the first item which has to be displayed and which is the last item. The first item is current page minus, this is the formula, current page -1, current page -1 into items per page. So if it is third page, it is like 3 minus 1, 2, so 6. So let's say this is 5th page. So 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 into items per page is 5. So 4 into 5, 20. So let's see if it is 20. So 20. So because array starts from 0, so 20 is 21. So 21, and then it's and then the index is 25. So because 21 plus 5, so 26. So that is 25 in terms of array. So that is what end index is. So until over here it's clear, right? So items to show is slice. So this is where the whole logic is. So how many items should I show? So this is the item, from starting from 21 to 25. Please show these one, 21 to 26. So please show these one in the page of the current page, whatever is the 5th page. This is the handle page, that is when the button is clicked. If the previous button is clicked, give me the current page -1. If the next page is clicked, give the current page +1. And this is where we are going to show items to show item comma index. So this is the unique index. We can also give index, but start index plus index would be also unique. So that's the reason we give start index plus index. And the item is whatever item we are getting it. Okay.